Good day, everybody. And over in chat, Kevin, Talia, Brian, how y'all doing today on this gorgeous Friday here where I am? Not as hot as it was the other day, but nice and sunny out. Looking very nice. Well, we're back in the South Island of New Zealand, Queenstown, where we flew in the other day on that beautiful RNAV approach down through the mountains. But we're looking good. We're going to fly from here up the South Island, and we're going to head into Wellington, which is located right at the bottom of the North Island. So it's a nice shorter flight today, but it should be a beautiful morning sunrise flight here in New Zealand. And Talia, you're getting to Phoenix. Excellent. We'll hope to see you on one of these flights. It will be great. We're going to be doing a bunch of flying down here in the New Zealand, Australia area as we enjoy the Phoenix. So let's hop on board. I think Kevin is joining us. Let's see if we can spot him here. Oh, there he is, over there in the Caribou. Well, looks like there's somebody else there as well. I'm seeing two cockpits. Interesting. Oh, looks like that might be Dark Fury. We'll have to see. There he is, just loaded in. Yeah, I think you're sitting on top of Kevin, actually. But, no, good. Dark, good to see you here. Anyway, let me get the checklist. And we'll get ready to go. Looking forward to getting back in the airplane. It's a lot of fun flying. Alright, so we'll come down here, we'll go into My Flight, we'll bring in our flight plan from SimBrief. Get that loaded in. There we are. And we'll set our departure time for 2015 Zulu. Oh, he's next to you, okay. Almost, oh, I can see his engines there. Okay. He's slightly offset on that angle. Got it. All right, we'll just come down here and we'll check. So parking brake is set. GPU is up and connected. External power is on. Battery 1 and 2 are now on. All right. Do a quick weather check. We don't have a MEDAR available here, but I did find one online. Currently says winds are 200 at 4, few clouds at 5,500, and 1004 for the QNH. Let me just do a refresh on that. Yeah, no real change. So we're going to be departing off of runway. I think we'll actually go off runway 05 with the tailwind. It means we don't have to backtrack as far, and it is a slight tailwind, so it shouldn't be an issue. Alright, so let's get up overhead. The Adir's up and running. This is the updated version of the Phoenix. So it should all work good. Captain Purser is on. Get the signs on. And to auto, and we'll arm the emergency lights. Crew oxygen supply is now on. Fuel pumps on. Generators 1 and 2 are on and on fault. Packs 1 and 2 on and on fault. All our tests are done. Emergency is on. Ice indicators and standby compass are on. Cabin heat. We'll go 1 notch down. This is winter down here in the south after all. So I noticed when I was loading in that I got a warning about using toolbar pushback. Did you guys get that as well, or what's the resolution on that? Will it work? Should I be worried for when I push? Sure, so let's go over here. We'll go to our received messages. Here's our preliminary load sheet. Looks like we're flying with 157 passengers today. Very nice. Let's start doing our setup. We'll get our flight plan loaded in. There we go. So flight number for today is UKV 5556, which is our Skyways. Cost index of 25. Still having issues with it? Okay. Cruise level today is 3,000 or 3,000. 350, I believe. Let me just go back and check. Yep. Flight level 350. And our tropo is 34643, so not bad. 34643. We'll throw that in there. There we go. That is now all set up. So let's head back over to the loading here. See, 157 passengers, 2,450 kilograms of baggage, and 5,977 of fuel. So we'll get the aircraft up and loading. We'll go real time. So even have to click everything twice. I'm not sure why or what's causing that. But we can come over here to our flight plan. So we are going to be leaving NZQN on 05. We're going to be taking the EPDE3P. EPDE3P departure. And we're going out via Timjo. So we will insert that. Now the current weather up in Wellington has winds at 180 at 12. So we're going to be using the ILS for runway 16. ILS 16, and we're going in via the Ward to Delta. Ward to Delta, and we will insert that. Do a quick check for any discos. Oh, looks all good. And I'll just do a quick scan for our restrictions. So Gazelle is above 10,000. It's actually above 10,000, under 15,000, but that's fine. FDEX and Timjo is below flight level 250. That is correct. And we'll go over to the Ward 5 arrival. There's Wards. And Amdocs is above 6,000, Phoenix above 5,000, and Dabru below 6,000, and speed of 210. That is correct. And we then turn from there out to the ILS, and it's going to be Whitby at 3, Cairns at 26. So Whitby is actually a hard 3, and Cairns is going to be a hard 26 or 2200. And then we should be on the ILS by that point. So that is all good and set up. So we can come over here to our performance, or actually we'll go back to our initialization. We'll put in our preliminary numbers. So we'll come over to here. Zero fuel weight of 58.9. 58.9. And we have a Mach zero fuel weight of 31.1. That's our zero fuel weight there, so 31.1. This is all preliminary, it will change. Block fuel for our flight today is 5.7. I'll go 5.7 tons. And for winds, we should have a tailwind of 35 for the trip. There we go. So that is now all entered in. We can come up here, do a little bit of calculations. So November Zulu Quebec, November 05 surface is dry. We'll load the preliminary load sheet. We're going to be flaps 1 plus F. We're not going to force toga. Anti-ice will be off. Packs will be on. We'll sync the live weather, but we don't have anything. So we're going to enter in the winds that we have off the other source, which are 200 at 4. Temperature is 11. QNH of 1004. And we will let it calculate. So there's our preliminary information. We'll see how much that changes when we get the actual everything loaded in. Looks like cargo is all being loaded in right now. Fuel is in. Come back over here. Yeah, so they are slowly loading up. So let's head over to Navigraph. We'll get our charts up for the flight. Alright, so we'll head over to Queenstown. Ground charts. We're going to want the aerodrome. That's this one here. So we know where we're sitting over here. We're going to basically taxi out. It'll be a short backtrack, and then we'll be heading off in this direction. And we're going to be going off on the, what did I say it was? The EPDX3 Papa. Which is this one here. So if we come in and take a look at it. Here's the airport. We're going to take off. We're going to make a bit of a left turn, head up towards here. There's our first restrictions. We'll come up this way, see our initial climb. Wants us to go past the hill here and then up. That won't be an issue. We're then going to head up to Avtor and then Timjo. From Timjo, we'll be flying basically across to the other side of the island, across the mountains. Hey, Dr. Magic, how are you? Then up the coast, descending down, and then into Wellington, which is located here at the south end of the North Island. So if we look up Wellington, our arrival is the Wards 2 Charlie, I believe it was. Wards 2 Delta. That's 5 Alpha. Wards 2 Delta. There it is. So once again, we're going to be coming into Wards, down to Amdocs, Phoenix, Dorbu, and then we'll be making a right turn around to come in towards the airport. I want to, oh, I did star that one. And then for our approach, it is the ILS for runway 16. And then we'll be coming in from the north, over the hills, and down, basically straight in from our point out here. And then once we're down on the ground, it will be a left-hand departure off and then over here to the main terminal building here. So that is our plan for our departure. Come over to our star charts. There we go. So we're going to taxi out here, basically Alpha 3, Alpha 4 actually, the bigger one. And then we'll backtrack down and take off. What departure was it? It was the EPDX, the EPDX 3 Papa departure. Alright, so that is all done. And we can come back over here. So 64 of 157. Cargo's all on board. Passengers are all, or fuel's all on board. We're just doing passengers now. So it is going good. We'll try the push toolbar pushback. Let's see what happens. So we're going to come out. We could probably do this one. We'll come out here. We'll make the left turn and then go down. So when we push back, we're going to push out this way up onto the ramp over here. And there's, oh, we got Air New Zealand over here. Very appropriate livery. So when we take off, we do got to watch the mountains here. You can see with the sun coming up at this big guy here. Basically, we'll be taking off and then turning leftwards up this way, watching the terrain as we go. Let's get back in. Alright, so tomorrow we carry on with our Pan Am World Tour. We'll be flying from Midway Island down to Honolulu, Hawaii. So it should be a nice flight. About 4 hours or so. So once again, we're just waiting for our boarding here. So while we do that, we might as well plan our pushback just to see what happens. This may go horribly wrong. We will see. Hey, J-Hog. How are you? Hope everything's well with you. While we're sitting here doing this, if you're watching, please consider hitting a like, subscribing if you haven't, and just helping out the channel as we continue to grow and do our thing. We'll just give ourselves around the corner here and onto the line. I'll put that away for now. We'll set our initial climb out at 12,000. So it can be assured to make the initial constraint of over 10,000. Doing good. Getting back into the swing of everything after being away for a week. Only for a few more weeks. And then I'm off to the UK in July. On that note, I am planning for those in the Manchester area towards the end of July, and I'll put the information on the Discord. Gonna have a little evening get together at the airport pub down at Manchester Airport. the night before I head back to Canada. So all are welcome. We can sit around, have a drink, tell lies, and make airplane noises at the bar. Hopefully the weather's good and we can sit outside and watch the airplanes come in. Might as well get the rest of the stuff set up here. So 1004 is our barrow. Now we are on VATSim, and there is no ATC currently up at the moment. There was 4 DC-3s left here just as I was coming in, which was made for a rather interesting view on VATSpy. So they were all flying together. So we're going to come down here, we'll tune 122.8. There we go. Click that over. Got another company message, so let's come down here, we'll take a look. Revised load sheet. It's fine, we'll accept that one. And we're waiting for the final load sheet. Sun's just gonna be about to break the horizon, which will be nice. 57 passengers to go. They're on the air stairs coming in. Everything is looking good. We had a beautiful arrival, and flying the RNAV in. Came down, looped around the mountains, came through a little mountain pass, and down over the river. Did an S-turn up around this hill here, and then in on the runway. And it flew it perfectly. It was an absolute joy to see. So we just want to make sure when we take off, we make no turns below 1,600 feet. So we'll be flying straight out for a little bit. We should be able to see it. It's got the turn there, but we'll fly runway heading before we make the turn outbound. So we've set a 2015 departure, UTC. We'll see how that goes. It's 22 minutes or so from now. We should be boarded by then and ready. We're ready to push back. We can do the rest of our check here. So our altimeters are set. Transponder we'll set to 7,000. PWS would go to auto, but it's not working. GCS will go to auto. Fueling is done, loading is done. We're waiting for boarding to complete. And then we will start up the APU. We're ready to go. I'm going to throw the VORs on. As the references. Alright, so 118 are on board. We can take a look at our passenger list for today. Ooh. Kata Ann, gold guest list. very, very frequent flyer. Bambi Justice from corporate headquarters. Another gold guest list with Infant. Well, good to have you on board. You get the free glass of champagne before we depart. A couple more golds. We got some blues, some silvers. There's our golds. They're sitting in economy. Why would you be doing that? You with the Infant, where are you sitting? You're in economy as well. Huh. Another corporate. Not quite a full flight, but we're getting there. I think it's 162 is the full flight, so we're 5 short of a full load. 20 passengers, or 30 passengers to go. We'll get our zero fuel weight and center of gravity numbers from there as soon as we're done loading. Just make sure there are no Karen. Well, yeah. Let's see. Just what we would need. I think we're good. So not going to be many spaces in the back. The flight crew is going to be busy, although it is a short flight. So we're looking at a block time of 1.5 hours and an air time of just under 1 hour. I don't think we got 30 minutes of taxi time on this trip, but we will see. 18 passengers to go. You can see our weight center of gravity as it's adjusting around. So we're just coming up towards our maximum landing weight, well below our maximum takeoff weight. So given it's just a few people coming on board, if we had to come back here, we could do it pretty well right away. We'd be close to the limit, but not too bad. 12 passengers to go. Talking with Roger here about corporate policy and what's happening and whether the All Blacks have a chance this year. Those last people are sure taking their time getting on board. Six to go. The nav lights on. two more. See if they actually make the flight. And there we go, boarding is complete. So let's enter those numbers in. So our zero fuel weight is 59.0. No, not one. 59.0, and our zero fuel weight center of gravity is 31.1. So that's now all entered in, giving us those accurate numbers there. So we'll come over here to our performance. We'll bring in the load sheet final. There we go, that's all entered in. Packs are on, weather is set. We'll do a recalculation. And here's our final numbers. We'll just zoom out so we can enter it in. So we have a V1 of 124, a VR of 140, and a V2 of 140. There will be a flaps 1 and down 0.2, and we're going to be flexing at 48 degrees. So that is all set, and we are good there. We can come over to our menu. We should get the final load sheet shortly. We can now lock the door. Take a quick look outside. They've pulled the stairs away. Everything is good. While we start the APU, they can start removing the chocks and cones. Get the APU fired up.
Queenstown traffic. New Zealand A75, stand Romeo 5, pushback stop.
There goes dark, and APU is firing up. Come on, listen to it. Yeah, it sounds really nice. 70%. Generators come online, and bleeds are on. We'll hear that kick on in a second. Come back to the APU. APU bleeds are on. Disconnect the external power. And they can pull the ground power, and there we go. And dark is pushing. So flight directors are all on. Packs are on, external power disconnected. Takeoff data is set. We are good for push and start. Queenstown traffic, Skyways 5556, stand 2, push and start facing east. We'll bring up push.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground, stand by.
Bring it in the tug. Get the beacon up and running. I'm going to take the dome lights down 1 notch. Company messages come in. That'll be our final load sheet. Uh, 157 passengers,
Okay,
4
sir.
crew,
The bypass pin is
2
installed.
cockpit,
All
2
doors and
cabin.
hatches
We'll accept
closed.
that.
All ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Let's get the right button.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Let's see how she does. Alright, so fuel pumps are on, APU bleeds are on, beacon is on. Engine mode selector is set. Starting engine number 2. There we go, I'm not sure why that was. I think my reverser things were not locked down. Well, we're looking good so far. There's the turn. It's 10% N1 on engine 2. This is default scenery here, part of when they did the Australia-New Zealand World Update. They did the airport here, so it looks pretty good. I'm starting to see some sunlight.
Queenstown traffic, Air New Zealand 875, road taxi via Sierra, Alpha 4 and backtrack onto runway 105.
And we're going to head down this way.
Parking
We're
brakes
ready to
set.
go. Let's park the brake set.
Lowering aircraft.
And that looks like a good start on engine 2.
Ground. You may disconnect.
Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect. Pin has been
Starting
removed.
engine
See
1.
you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
There goes the tow guys. Should be able to hear it. Did a really good job with that deep bass rumble.
Queenstown traffic, Caribou 19 Tango, pushing from Central Romeo 4, facing north.
There goes dark. And we're almost up to speed on the engine. There we go. Engine's available. So come down here, ignition to normal. APU bleed off. APU's off. Prop heat is on auto. Anti-ice not required. Packs 1 and 2 are both now on. Generators are on. Flaps 1 in motion. Speed brake is set. Auto brakes are set to max. Flight controls. Full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, full left rudder, right rudder, neutral. And it was 0.2 down on the trim. APU is confirmed off. FCP is set for departure. And engine temperatures are all checked and everything looks good. Ready to taxi. Queenstown area traffic, Skyways 5556, taxiing runway 05, holding Alpha 3. Alright, so brakes off. Come up on the power. And it's going to be a hard over and then a very quick stop. There we go. Brakes are set. TO config done. Let the cabin know. As soon as dark goes, we'll hit the chrono. Give them 2 minutes to get out for clearance and separation.
Queenstown traffic, Air New Zealand 875, taking off at 05 by the Aptex 3 proper departure.
Looks like all those DC-3s are on their way back. There he goes. Start the chrono. Queenstown area traffic, Skyways 5556, taxiing runway 05 via Alpha 3, Queenstown. Alright, out we go. Lights on, strobes on, taxi to take off. Weather radar is on, transponder is on, TCAS is on. And we'll kill the dome. Doesn't seem to be a turnaround circle down at this end. Get that sunlight on the mountaintops out there. That looks gorgeous.
Queenstown traffic, Caribou 1 Tango section 2 runway 05, holding short at Alpha 3.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a turnaround circle here. Not a lot. Oop. Well, brakes are a little bit sensitive on this one. See the mountains there we got to get around, and that hill off to the left there is that first obstacle. Alright. So we got over 2 minutes, so we can kill the chrono for separation. Queenstown area traffic, Skyways 5556, rolling 05, Queenstown. Engine's up to 40%. 1,600 feet before we can make the turn out. I'm going to turn on the terrain radar. And here we go. Man Flex SRS enabled. V1. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up, speed brakes. Withdrawn. .600 feet. Autopilot on. Thrust climb. There's through S speed, so flaps coming up. There's the hill. Kind of Queenstown down there. And we're looking good.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Yep,
Terrain ahead.
I know.
Terrain ahead.
We're fine.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Climbing up over the hill
Terrain
here.
ahead. Pull up.
Terrain ahead.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
There's the sunrise.
So traffic Caribou 1 tango is rolling on the 05 for FENIX momentarily departure.
We didn't clear it by much. I'll give you that. It's been yelling at me. I think we might have should have gone a little bit further out and then come back in, like on the other side of that ridge line, but it's all good. Anyway, we can kill those lights. That's the taxi lights. There's the sunrise. Like I said, all those DC-3s are coming back from Amaru on the east coast. Through transition, so we can go over to standard. And we'll go up to 35,000 feet now. Landing lights can come off. And it's nice and calm out, so turn those off. There's dark ahead of us. Standard. Oh, that's not copy over. No, it's not these settings. It's in here. They should be linked. I had my barrels linked. There we go. There's our chart. There we go. He's now over to standard. beautiful golden light down there. Looks phenomenal. Oh, look at those mountaintops. Love flying down around New Zealand. Yeah, those mountains made it close. I'm just reading the chart. So for where we were, we needed a roughly 2,000 foot per minute climb out, which we had, but like I said, it was close. It's 18,000 feet. Looking very nice, very scenic. Kevin's up, heading right towards those DC-3s. Oh, he's turned now. Oh no, they're Kodiaks. Oh, they're DC-3s. They're doing some low-level scenic flying. Anyway, we're on our way. So grab your morning coffee. We'll get a nice little view out here to where we can see the mountains on the left side, and I'll throw up a little bit of in-flight entertainment while I throw the kettle on. Go back and get myself a cup of tea. So we'll be back on chat when we brief the approach and arrival. Brian, yeah, maybe. All learning experience. But it was interesting. I could see we were going to clear it, but I could see where the computer was also, hey, you got terrain coming up in front of you. So, but it's all good. So we'll be back in a bit for the approach briefing. There's the link to the to my Discord Air Trooper. So click that; it should take you in there, and then you can join in. You're on it, but it says you don't have permissions to send messages. Hang on a second. What was the name you were going under there again? It's Skydiver, right? Let me just there's the link to the no, you should be able to post. It's the crew room is the main general chat one. You should have posting privileges in there. Anyway, we're getting close to our Topa descent, so let's get our information entered in. Here you can see Wellington's just up here, so we're basically going to be descending right along the coastline. So we'll come back over, we'll grab the weather. We'll go to our arrival weather. Yeah, Skydiver, I checked and it says you've got permissions for for posting, so you should be able to go into the text channels there, and the crew room is the main general one. So let's take a look at our weather. We're going to come in and enter our destination data in quickly here. So we'll skip over to there. So QNH is 1017. Temperature is 12 degrees. Winds are 180 at 10. So runway 16 is perfect. Transition level of 1300 is good, or flight level 130 is good, and our minimums are 300 feet. Get that in there. There we go. So that is now entered in. And we're going to set 2,000 foot for our descent. Yep, I saw you there. Okay, Brian, have a good day. See you later. So we'll come over here, we'll set 2,000 foot for our descent. Minimum to go down to 2,200. We should already be on the ILS, so that shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, I saw you posting there, Skydiver, so it's all good. So we're going to come up to the coast, make that slight left turn, and then basically fly up along, and then we're going to make a right U-turn basically to come into the runway. And you can see we're about 30 miles from Topa descent now. Turn off the train radar there. Don't need that, but there's all the water, as we can see. There's a bit of traffic in the area. There's a A320 heading down to Queenstown. There's a BAE 146-300 heading into New Zealand, followed by another one. And a couple other aircraft heading out to Queenstown as well. He's got no flight plan. Another A320 heading down to Queenstown. So busy down here. So we're going to be sliding in behind these two BAEs that are heading in. They're in a more of a straight in approach. There's the turn, 20 miles from top of descent. Our alternate's behind us, Christchurch. So if we have to deviate, that's where we're headed. Yes, I will be in Manchester towards the end of July. I'm going to be in the UK for a couple weeks, but we're going to get together at the airport pub at the Manchester airport one night before I head home. So it'll be a little bit of a gathering there. I'll put the information in the Discord, so those in the area that want to come by can come by. Beautiful sunny day out here today. Noisy too. Just grabbing that screenshot. Kevin, you okay back there? You're pretty quiet in the chat. I see you're still on VATSim, so I'm assuming everything's good. Let's throw the constraints on just so we can see them as we get down a bit lower. Cheshire. Yeah, I'll be all over the place, mostly up in Scotland with some stuff down in England. And I figured for those in the Manchester area, we could get together the night before I leave. So here we are, just a mile or two out. Yeah, it's beautiful scenery down here. We're gonna have to do some English. We'll have to do some flying over in Australia. There we go, top of descent. Wellington area traffic, Skyways 5556, leaving flight level 350 for the Wards 2 Delta arrival, ILS runway 16 Wellington. Alright, so down we go. Come over here, we can pull up our chart. Switch over to our arrival chart. Yeah, it's been a few years since I've been over. Visiting some family and friends. Start, and there's the arrival. So we're coming in here, as you can see. This is our point we're just coming up to now. We're heading in this way. We're not there yet. You can see Wards there. It's about 70 miles out. So we're coming in through here. And we'll come to Wards and then Amdocs. This is not to scale, so that's why it's kind of reading off a little bit. That's pretty interesting. Okay, get off of that. Thank you. So once we get to Dobro, we'll make a right turn, come around, and then pick up the ILS for the arrival in. Starting to get some cloud buildup. As we mentioned, we're flying up along the South Island coast here. So there's 30,000 feet. Give them a chance to get settled in the back, so put the signs on. .150 is transition level. .1017 is the current QNH. Yeah, make sure you look up the FENIX Discord channel as well, Air Trooper, and ask on there. That's where you'll find the real experts in setting up the FENIX. I sent an invite to you on Discord for the FENIX server, so you should get that. So nice easy descent. Kevin should be starting his any minute. It was good when I came back to Toronto a week or so ago, and looking out the window, picking out the landmarks, I knew exactly what approach we were on, what runway we were coming into. It's good getting spoiled with all of this. Do a quick check for any beacons or anything out here. No problem, Air Trooper. Just want to see if we can do everything we can to get you up and running in the FENIX. So 358 is the Newlands NDB. We'll put that in. Turn it on. Oh, it's actually picking it up, which is nice. Then 1123 is the Wellington VOR. That's already in on VOR 1. No, we're not picking that up yet, apparently. And the ILS of 110.3. 110.3 IEB is correct, so the ILS is being picked up. Good. There's the tip of the island, South Island. Kind of runs up this way. And we got the strait here. I can't remember what that strait is called. And then there's the North Island on the other side. No, I didn't hear your call, so yeah, you might be just out of radio range. So we still got those other two aircraft inbound. Looks like they'll be coming straight in for the ILS, so it should not be a conflict. It's 21,000 feet we're through. Transition again at flight level 150, so we'll switch over to local pressure, 1017. I'll dial that in here now, just so I remember. So we're doing well. Everything is looking good. Beautiful morning here. So, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We'll be landing in Wellington in about 15 minutes. Current weather there, winds are out of the south at about 11 knots. It's currently 12 degrees. And a bit of scattered cloud, but nothing to worry about, and no real change forecast in the future. I want to thank you for flying Topa Sky with us today. I know you have a choice of airlines you could be flying, and we appreciate your coming back to us time and time again. Have a wonderful day in Wellington, and we hope to see you again on the aircraft in the future. Alright, we're heading below transition, so we'll dial that in now. $17,500. There's Ward's coming up, 1.5 miles out. Leave the train radar on over on Roger's side. See the channel. There's the North Island, bottom tip of it there. See, we have that hard 3,000 limit that we're aiming for. There's the VOR is now picking up 40 miles out, and there's the NDB. NDB is north of the field. VOR is on the field. There's your South Pacific out that way, on the north end of the South Island down below. Beautiful sunrise takeoff out of Queenstown. Time for breakfast here. Alright, looks like we're going to have to do some working around the other traffic in a minute. Keeping an eye on them. JJ Hall 121, you're on my Discord. You're just Discord letter. Yeah, it took me a while to figure it out as well. Still not 100% on it, but just barely enough to get by. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I don't want to cut in front of these guys that are on their way in. I'm just going to monitor. I think we're going to end up coming in between the two of them. So we got AAE, I'm not sure what his call sign is, 1126, and 1028 is behind him. He's still at 24,000 feet, so it looks like we'll go in behind him, and Kevin, you might have to go in behind the other guy. See what the spacing looks like. It's 12.5. Well, we got a 1,500 foot descent rate again. We're trying to key in on these approach places. There's where the NDB is, up over there. See, we're coming up here. There's that waypoint. On deck's behind us, and then FENIX is coming up. So see, we're coming up towards FENIX. Again, this part's not to scale, so ignore the aircraft position on the chart. Looks like they're coming in through the Topa. Hey, JJ Hall 121, thanks for the sub. Greatly appreciated. So we're going to be slowing down slightly in a second to 250 knots. Should see our indicator flick over. There she goes. It's 250 knots. We'll turn the landing systems on. We are picking up the ILS. Landing lights will come on. We'll get the taxi and runway turnoffs on. Seatbelt signs are on. We'll go auto brake 1. Arm the ground spoilers. Not sure if I can get there. Yeah, not sure what their call sign is. Not hearing them. But we'll aim to come in around them. And I'm not picking them up yet. We'll go to below anyway. Yeah, awesome sunshade.
Auckland traffic, Express 1126 at a night bar.
There he is.
146, head to 15 miles to the northwest of the field, 4,600 on descent, tracking for a 1 2 mile final runway 16 and short final at 07 traffic.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna slip in between them. Wellington traffic, Skyways 5556 on the wards, 2 Delta. We are at the FENIX waypoint, 7,500 feet inbound for the ILS runway 16 at Wellington. We have the 1126 call sign traffic on TCAS, and it looks like we'll be coming in behind you.
Thanks, Matches.
Alright, so you can see he's coming in there. We're going to swing in behind. That's going to put the other guy in behind me, and it looks like Kevin will come in behind him. Alright. So we're coming out. So we're going to go into our approach mode now. Our approach phase. Start slowing down. Come down to green dot speed.
Wellington traffic, Air Express 1126, 10 mile final runway 16 traffic, Wellington.
So Air Express 1028 is the one you got to look out for, Kevin. Alright, so there's our turn, 6,000 feet. .210 knots. We have 210 knots set. So flaps 1. Slats out. Speed's going to come back to 185. And up to Whitby.
Wellington traffic, Express 1028C sending on the Tapia 3 Bravo arrival for runway 16 at Wellington. We're currently 11 nautical miles to the north of Rudder, traffic Wellington.
There's that speed slowly coming off. We have the ILS and the glide slope appearing. Hi, Danny. Yeah, it does. It's a very scenic arrival. So we're going to go gear down. We're going to get some drag going here. Start getting that speed down. We're going to go to flaps 2. There's our turn. Yeah, I think that's because of the terrain. There's the turn. Approach mode active. And the airport's over there. This is a airport downloaded from FlightSim.to. Had it for a while, actually. Localizer's coming in. I think it's this these hills here where it gets bumpy. (1900 feet), flaps 3.
Well, it's traffic, Air Express 1028, 7 DMA from Hewitt, currently descending through 6000, number 3 in the queue for the ILS runway 16, traffic Wellington.
Wellington traffic, Skyways 5556 established on the localizer, runway 16, 7.5 miles out, Wellington traffic. And flaps down, so lights are on, signs are on, flaps down, or gear down 3 green, flaps full, auto brakes, sets, speed brake, armed. Holding 2000 for the intercept. There's the Wellington NDB going by on the left-hand side.
$1,000.
It's 1,000, but we're over a hill, so it's not really
Wellington
1,000.
traffic, Air Express 1126, clear of runway 16 traffic Wellington.
Yeah, it does.
1,000.
And I like the shipping mod. Just put the shipping in. Looks great. Still bouncing over the hills here. We're on the glide slope. There we go. Terrain's back up to 1400, so we're over the hills, back out over the water, on our way in. So we are set. Very scenic approach. Ah, cruise ship. It is lovely scenery, and New Zealand's on my bucket list of places to visit. Lovely morning here. All right, we are set.
Wellington traffic, New Zealand 464, after landing traffic, line up and wait runway 16.
Wellington traffic, Air Express 1028, turning final runway
Autopilot's off.
16 at Wellington. We're currently 8 DME from the field. Traffic Wellington.
Minimum.
Landing.
Light slope.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Welcome to Wellington. $80 knots. Let's go hard around. Wellington traffic, skyways 55, 56, clear runway 16. Alright, flaps up, speed brakes disarmed. Strobe lights off, landing lights off. Weather radar is off. TCAS is off. Oop. Terrain radar off. Where's the departing traffic?
Wellington traffic, New Zealand 464, airborne runway 16.
There's the Jetstar. It's Qantas's subsidiary. We're going to go into the gate on the right. Well, I wouldn't say butter, but it was pretty good. Oh, he's pushing. Maybe get out of his way. There we go.
And Air Express 1028, say 4 mile final, runway 16, Wellington traffic Wellington.
We're on gate 17. There we go. Parking brakes are set. Alright, so we are down. So flaps are up. Ground spoilers, the disarm transponder is off. Strobes are off, landing lights are off. Nose wheel to taxi, nose wheels off, turn off lights are off. APU not required. Come down here, we'll get them to bring out the GPU. There we go. The GPU is now there, so ground power is connected. Anti-ice is not required. Auto brakes are disabled. We can shut them down. So, engines are off. Beacon light is coming off. Ground equipment is in position. Fuel pumps can now come off.
Wellington traffic to 379, taxi runway 16.
Flight directors and landing systems are off. Jetway is coming in. And we can start deboarding. There we go. Doors are open. Come over here to our mass and balance. See, we should start seeing people getting off the aircraft any second now. You can unlock the cockpit door any second. Oh, there they go. They're starting to head off. I'll sit this way. There goes the Jetstar. Cargo doors are open. Should be able to see Kevin come in and land. So guys, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for coming by and dropping in. Thanks for the sub from JJ Hall 121. Greatly appreciated. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Next flight is tomorrow at 1300 Zulu or 1400 Zulu. No, 1300 Zulu, I think it is. I was getting confused.
Wellington traffic, Kirby 19 Tango.
No, it's 9 o'clock my time.
16650.
1300 Zulu, and we're going to be heading off on our DC-6 World Tour from Midway Island to Honolulu, Hawaii. There we go. What? That is not correct. Nightbot? Where the hell is Nightbot coming in from? Should be Cloudbot. That is weird. Anyway, thank you all for watching. We're going to sit here and
traffic,
enjoy the day here in Wellington. Take care, everybody.
Runway
Bye
16 traffic, Wellington.
Wellington traffic, 379 holding short 16.